Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Don Weeb here, back with another episode for What If Naruto Was the Avatar, Part 10, or Part 2 for What If Naruto Was the Avatar Shippuden. So, I have a few things I'd like to change since the last part. So, just a quick update. So, as we learned, Naruto last time learned how to use water healing, as well as like he was beginning to learn more about his avatar abilities, and he's pretty much mastered the main elements now. Because if you remember, for some of you who haven't watched Avatar, in the original Avatar, Aang in under a year was pretty much able to master all the elements. So I would say that 3 years would give Naruto plenty of time to actually fulfill this ability. So at the start of Shippuden, this will be where Naruto changes now from being a little bit less able to control his abilities to where he can actually like utilize all of his powers. So let's just get into the actual story itself and more onto like what happened during the 3 years after Sasuke and Jiraiya and Kakashi and Naruto broke up and like moved on their own ways. So starting with Naruto first, Naruto as well as Jiraiya had gone to Mount Miyaboku for some more spiritual training for Naruto, as Naruto believes that in order to learn lightning bending, he'll have to go to the land, like the village hidden in the cloud, in order to like learn from someone there, similar to how he had to learn the water healing technique. So now Naruto will be learning Sage Mode at Mount Miyaboku. This is where we get introduced to Fugasaku, who Naruto is able. He can sense that Fugasaku can sense that Naruto has a high amount of nature energy inside of him, as well as just the nature energy and Sage Jutsu just flow really easily throughout Naruto's body. And so Naruto would actually master Sage Jutsu far quicker than he did even when he was training for the Pain fight in the original. This is because Naruto having the Avatar Spirit, which the Avatar Spirit itself is like an incarnation of spirit energy, because in the world now, because the Avatar because he has access to the Avatar state, he has access to the abilities as well as to Spirit Walk, which means he can go and walk around in the spirit realm. And also he literally uses natural energy to bend nature all the time. So, Naruto would also have some more abilities that come more like after he learned Sage mode. For one, he'd become a perfect Sage just like the original. But let's get into the video now that I've had that quick revamp. As Naruto and Jiraiya train at Miyaboku, Naruto is pretty quick at understanding this Sage art stuff, as he would usually be confused by most jutsu as they don't make sense to him, bending ninjutsu energy. For some reason with this type of training though, Naruto completely understands it. As Naruto sits there, with even before using the Totodile, he can already sense the natural energy moving around in the air due to Raja's interference in his side of his body and his seal. Due to this, however, he doesn't really require as much training with the Toad Oil as he would in the original. Jiraiya is super impressed with this and even believes that Naruto's has a way higher chance of being the child of prophecy. So, as Naruto, who then trains using the oil, he actually doesn't have like any of the characteristics of turning into a frog, as the entire aspect of being the Avatar is controlling nature and like bending it to your will, which is what Naruto's been doing since he was a young child. So he basically masters Seijutsu within a week, as the only difference to his normal output of power is that instead of using the power of nature energy on the outside, he actually takes the power that he's been bending to bend the elements and uses on the inside of his body. So he takes the Sage Jutsu energy and then figures out that if he can mix it inside of his ninjutsu and stamina, then he can create a perfect balance between all of them. Naruto even understands that due to him having the Kyuubi inside of him, that he can't do the merging that Fugasaku had told him about, and so he has to figure out another way in order to turn Sage Mode on while moving. And this is in case he's in a fight, or if he can't get Sage Mode right away, or if he has to find a way to escape but is stuck in a situation. Naruto comes up with a plan. So currently he can control the elements pretty much at will without much forethought or using basically most or any chakra. Naruto comes with a plan that if he can use his air scooter, he and Jiraiya will spar. Jiraiya goes into his imperfect sage mode, while Naruto goes into his perfect sage mode. As Naruto and Jiraiya get ready to fight for their last few weeks before they head back to the Leaf Village, they then get into their battle. As Jiraiya then hops into the fight with a Rasengan, Naruto then bursts in and uses a wind air slash, cutting right through his Rasengan as the Rasengan is sliced in half. At that point, Jiraiya then poofs as a shadow clone appears. At that point, Jiraiya's hands come shooting out of the ground as he grabs Naruto's legs. Naruto, who's slightly surprised by this, but can sense Jiraiya's energy, as well as can see the sage energy flowing into Jiraiya, is not too caught off guard. At that point, then, he manipulates the earth and bends it to crush Jiraiya. Jiraiya then poofs again, and he knew that Jiraiya was a shadow clone. The real Jiraiya then comes jumping out of a tree high above from Mount Miyaboku as he comes crashing down into Naruto with a real Rasengan. Naruto looks up, and as the Rasengan hits into Naruto, Naruto feels pretty much no impact. As Naruto goes flying backwards, him and Jiraiya get into fiercer combat. Naruto then, without even using most of his jutsu he has access to, uses Fire Style. Fire Style Bending. Naruto uses his Fire Style Bending and creates a wall of flames to block Jiraiya's view, as well as temporarily blind his Sage Jutsu senses. As if he's correct, Naruto's actual bending energy requires Sage Jutsu. So when he uses Sage energy or natural energy, it then deters anyone from seeing his actual movements because it's like putting a large bright light in front of someone with supervision. Jiraiya then notices as Naruto comes blasting around on his air scooter. Naruto is sitting in an exact still pose. At that moment, the air scooter dissipates, and he opens his eyes, Sage Jutsu with the orange pigment around his eyes. Naruto and Jiraiya go scuffling for a while longer, when Fugasaku as well as Mott and Pa Toad are tired out. Jiraiya and Naruto stop their sparring, and Jiraiya comments on how interesting it was how Naruto did that. Naruto explains that subconsciously he's able to control the elements now without pretty much any chakra consumption. And so, as long as he can stay on top of his air scooter perfectly still, he can actually move around without him physically moving, using only chakra in order to move around his body, so he can avoid attacks as well as attack others without him having to do anything. Naruto and Jiraiya can then conclude their training on Mount Miyaboku. As we then zoom in as Naruto and Jiraiya leave Mount Miyaboku and begin to head back towards the Leaf Village. For the next month, it would take them to walk there, as they don't have anyone there currently who can just reverse summon them. Kakashi and Sasuke, on the other hand, are, as I said, we're still training where Obito, Rin, and Kakashi where they'd seen Obito die originally. Kakashi explains to Sasuke more about his abilities during the last 2 years, as well as how he can unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. Kakashi explains that he, during those 2 years, along with Sasuke, had unlocked his Mangekyo Sharingan, and now Sasuke, in order to achieve it, you have to go through some immense emotional pressure, as it seems to me that emotions actually awaken the Sharingan. Kakashi and Kakashi and Sasuke would spend their entire time training and working more on Sasuke's lightning release. Sasuke would actually become very proficient with lightning, to the point where he and Kakashi together actually develop his Kirin Jutsu. Sasuke has perfectly mastered his 3 Tomoe Sharingan at this point, and now he only knows that there's one thing left he has to do. He knows that he has to take down Itachi. Even though Naruto had proven to him that there was still so much power left in the leaf, and that with teamwork and with help from others, you could still defeat someone far stronger than you, as well as the fact that if Sasuke would train with him, he would become strong enough to defeat his brother. Sasuke still has the ambition to avenge his clan, as well as due to him being Indra's reincarnate, and Naruto being Ashura's reincarnate still. They still have that strong rivalry together. However, it's been toned down as Ashura in this reincarnation has another nature, energy, spirit tied in with him, which gives him an edge that puts him and Indra almost at the exact same mental and power level. which gives Naruto and Sasuke a relatively even playing field. Sasuke and Kakashi would also develop more on the lightning release side, as Sasuke talks to Kakashi one day. Kakashi-sensei, how did you get your Sharingan like that? I know that only the Uchiha members possess that, and I'm pretty sure you're not an Uchiha. Kakashi would explain to Sasuke that, long ago, a comrade had entrusted this Sharingan to him. His name was Obito Uchiha. And long ago, he had trusted him in order to protect their friend, their other teammate, Rin. And so, Kakashi and Obito grew closer as friends, very similar to Sasuke and Naruto. When unfortunately that day, Obito had been crushed by the rocks because they weren't strong enough, and as a Jonin leader, it was his fault. He holds his hand up to his eye and says that he'd promised Obito that he would see the future with this eye, so that they could see it together. Sasuke looks at Kakashi and thinks about all the times Kakashi said that people who abandon their friends are worse than scum, and he nods solemnly. After the 2 years, Kakashi and Sasuke begin to head back to the Leaf Village as well. As we zoom into the Leaf Village, suddenly we see 2 jets of cloud coming away from opposite sides of the village. You see Jiraiya and Naruto running at full speed as they're rushing to see who can make it back to the Leaf Village first, them or Sasuke and Kakashi. At that point, they then rush into the door, and as they get inside of the great doors, Naruto then leaps up on top of that same building and stretches his arms out and says it's good to be home. As he looks around, he then sees Kakashi and Sasuke are already sitting there, drinking some tea, as well as hanging out watching amuse as Jiraiya and Naruto come barging into the village. Naruto begins to lose a fit as he has a actual vein on his head begin to grow in size as well as anger inside of him. He looks at Kakashi and Sasuke and points at them and says that they totally got there first. Sasuke and Kakashi, who had been in the village for 3 days now, laugh as they said that they hadn't gone so far away from the village as Naruto and Jiraiya had. Naruto then climbs down as Sakura is happy to see both her teammates again. Kakashi's actually happy to be back in the village as well. And so, for that now, next time, we're going to be having the bell test with the new Team 7, Sasuke, Kakashi, and Sakura and Naruto. So I hope you guys look forward to that. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked this. Comment down below what you think. And make sure to hit the subscribe button. After this video, sometime later tonight, a late night post, I'll be posting What If Naruto Was a Demigod Part 13. So that will be the finale for What If Naruto, the skip. Which we'll be getting into Shippuden for that. Thank you guys for liking my stuff, and we're almost at 2K. We hit 1.9K today. That's awesome. Thank you guys. I hope you guys continue to support me, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the videos. I'll see you guys later, and bye.
It's black and white.